First, I'm going to recommend that you moisturize. I already did that with my Wishful Honey Balm Jelly Moisturizer. I love this. It's very, very hydrating. Next, I'm going to prime my skin. So I'm going to use just 1.5 pumps of this. If you have normal to dry skin, good moisturizer is all you need. However, if you have oil skin and you live in a hot country like I do, need to do something to control oil. I don't know if I already said the name of this primer, but it's the Too Faced Cooling Matte Perfecting Primer. Just very quickly, I am going to go in with clear brow gel, and I'm going to use this to brush my brow hairs up first. If you have more time or if you're doing a full face of makeup, I personally like to use soap to pull my brow hairs to one direction. If you're in a rush, you can just use a clear brow gel. I'm going to use a brow pencil and I'm going to create just soft hair-like strokes. So fill them in. You guys can see that looks very light. Going in with some brow powder, and I'm just going to use this to set that pencil. It actually does not take any time at all. Trust me. I like the way that this one looks right now. Just focusing on the really sparse areas. So with a concealer, something that is just one shade lighter than your skin tone, I am going to cover up the bottom of my brows. If you have super F eels luffy brows, full brows, to be honest, you also do not need to do this. Just try and be very precise when filling in your brows. But some of us have very sparse brows, like very sparse, and we cannot apply foundation without doing something to our brows because with brows at first, you have to fill them in a little bit with powder or pencil. Just take your time and make sure that you blend out that concealer. Like blend it out really well. The brows are the only part of this look, depending on how new you are to makeup. That will take about 2 to 5 minutes to do. Just make sure that you blend out that concealer that you've just applied. So before moving on, just take any setting powder you have, any setting powder, it does not matter, and just apply it over that area where you've just applied concealer. If you have any type of hyperpigmentation, I would highly recommend that you try to cover it up at this point. I only just have one here. Just this one here that I may be worried about. Just use your finger to blend that out so that it doesn't look as visible. Next, I'm going to go in with a skin tint. This one is by Huda Beauty. It is a glowish by Huda Beauty Multi-Dew Skin Tint. It looks like this. I really love this. I love the type of finish that I get with it. I love the way that it sits on my skin. I just love it. I think that this is perfect for the summertime. Or if you live in a hot country like I do, where it's summer all year long, I love it. But then Huda Beauty is not very cheap. If you are on a budget and you're looking for a very good alternative to this, something more affordable, I will highly recommend ColourPop's. So this sells for about $30-something, I believe, and this sells for about $14. The only thing that I would say, however, with this is that you don't get a lot of coverage with this. You get way more coverage with this than you do this. If you have hyperpigmentation, you're going to have to do a lot of concealing or apply a few layers of this to get full coverage if that is what you're after. But this, you get more coverage. I'm going to take maybe 1.5 pumps of this. You don't need a lot with this. It comes with a brush. I already used this when I tried this out for the first time. I'm going to use that brush to apply this all over. My shade with this is Deep Tan, number 10. I love this. Most of the time when it comes to, if I want to wear tinted moisturizers, I'll have to use some glow product underneath my skin so that at the end of the day, I have a very healthy glow. This, you don't need to do that. The finish you get with this is so lovely. I'm telling you guys, can you guys see that I'm glowing? I love the finish you get with this. I'm going to apply some concealer. My face looks a bit flat. You can actually just do this and go if you want. But I like to bring structure back into my face whenever I use any type of base. So I'm going to use a concealer. However, the concealer that I'll be using is not one of the very bright ones like I normally would. This is NRS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Amanda. Okay. This concealer is just one shade lighter than my skin tone. And I'd highly recommend that that is what you do. Use a concealer that is just one shade lighter than your skin tone. Can you guys see? This concealer is not very bright at all, but then it's given me a very subtle highlight. Setting powder. There will be no baking water or so ever today. We're not baking anything. I'm going to set my face all over and I'll be using the Glowish Deep Tan Soft, Radiant, Bronze-In Powder. And the reason why I'm going to be using this is because it has specks of shimmer in it. So it's going to bring back some warmth into my face. So this is a darker bronzing powder, much darker. I'm just going to use this to bring some warmth back into my face. Some blush. Guys, for this look, I'd highly recommend that you don't mince it with the blush. Don't apply too much that you look like a clown, but just apply a lot of blush to bring definition back into your face. And take the blush upwards, blend it up. This is the same contour powder that I use. Just sweep this into this area a little bit. Almost done. I'm going to apply some mascara to my top and bottom lashes. Mascara and also on my bottom lashes as well. I'm going to apply some lipstick. I'm using this one from MAC. It's a beautiful nude shade, and that's it for this video, guys. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.